see, where I grew up, the only guys who mattered were the guys who had the balls to take what they wanted.
Well, if you're familiar with any of the classic mob movies, you know, any of these Hollywood mob epics, you kind of just understand the character you'd be playing in Mafia 2. It really helped with the characterization. I said, you know, like, this guy can't act this way towards this guy or he gets shot. You know, just make it authentic. Just make it like if you were in the mob, this is how you have to behave. Like we say elsewhere, you can't go around running around the city shooting people, you know, because then you're some kind of maniac and the mob would execute you for that. You get scolded for doing certain things, rewarded for doing other things. The way they come across with saying that, their body language, little tiny touches that just can make or break a scene. That's what I made sure was in the game.
Oh, yeah? And what would that be? We're gonna play some ball.
Well, this kind of dialogue is very unique to that one particular ethnic group in one part of the country. So it's really difficult for anyone who didn't grow up there or at least associate with these kind of people to write it. And that's something we found out the hard way early on. So I found myself having to constantly revise the writing, and they said, you know what, it's faster if you just do it yourself. You know, we'll make time in your schedule to do it, and I jumped at the chance because I really loved Mafia 1, and I wanted to help the team make Mafia 2, you know, as authentic as possible. I handle casting, and a lot of the voice direction comes from me. So because I was the writer and I handled the casting and the voice direction, it was all kind of centralized. And I was able, you know, I could instantly tell the actor what he was doing, what he was feeling, everything like that. And also because it's such a big, epic story, the main characters, after the first 5 or 6 sessions, they knew pretty much who their character was. They knew the story, so it made it very easy. We cast guys a lot of film and TV and theater experience. These aren't just voice actors who do funny cartoon voices or, you know, narration for commercials. These are real actors, so they really got into it, and we recorded over the course of about 1 year. So, you know, after the first 4 or 5 sessions, after the first month or so, it was just, you know, it was great. We kind of shied away from using known talent, because to me, when you hear a celebrity voice in the game, you hear that celebrity, you don't hear the character speaking to you. Whereas if you just see a character and you don't recognize his voice, I mean, that's the voice coming from that character. So, you know, like, oh, it's not Robert De Niro, it's this real dude, and I'm afraid of this guy. You know, it's not, oh, they hired this guy, great, you know.